Welcome to Maths with EJD. In this video, I'll be talking about game theory in economics. That's applications of game theory in economics. And after this video, maybe two more videos will also be about application of game theory in economics. So in this first video, our focus is on market competition and particularly focusing on Cournot model. And before we uh, settle for the Cournot model itself, let's look at some general concepts in market competition. First of all, let's look at oligopoly models. Oligopoly models. So here, in an oligopoly model, you have interdependence, firms interdependence in decision making. Okay, so firms depend on themselves to make decisions in an oligopoly. Then let's look at a Cournot model. Cournot model. So here, firms compete in quantities. So they compete based on the quantities of goods produced. And then we have the Bertrand model. The Bertrand model, where firms compete in prices. Okay, now let's take an example of this. Okay. Um, so here we want to obtain the firm's profits. I mean, the quantity that the firm should produce to get the right kind of profit, the best response function, and we also get the quantities, the market outcome, and things like that. In terms of the quantity produced, the price of the good, and of course the overall profit. Okay, so let's go for that. Example. So imagine that two firms. Okay, now this example, or okay, let me just call it Cournot model example. So, by the way, you can also call the Cournot model, you can call it the Cournot duopoly. Cournot duopoly. So two firms coming together to compete. So you have two firms compete by choosing quantities Q1 and Q2. Okay. Then the market demand is P equals 100 minus Q. Then here, where Q, where Q is equal to Q1 plus Q2. And then each firm has a cost function, Ci of Q1. Of course, cost is dependent on quantity produced. That is equal to 20 Qi. So if we have this kind of thing, right, imagine the kind of things we have to find. In the first step, right, we need to find the profit function. So we need to find the profit function for each firm. For each firm. So, and based on the information we have, right, firm I's profit function, firm I's profit can be given as pi I, which is equal to price. times quantity of firm I, quantity produced by firm I, minus the costs by firm I. Okay, so we can put all of that together. So pi I now is equal to the price is already given as 100 minus Q. So we have 100 minus Q. I mean, 100 minus big Q now, 100 minus big Q. And that now multiplied by QI, that's the quantity produced by firm I, minus the cost of firm I. The cost for firm I is 20 QI. So we have 20 QI. All right. But then we know that pi I is equal to 100, or better still, we have 100 minus big Q. We know also to be Q1 plus Q2. So big Q is Q1 plus Q2 this way, and all of that into QI minus 20 QI. Now, so to of course, since we have two firms, right? So this QI can be for firm one or firm two, but can we do a kind of generalization where we now say that pi I is equal to 100 minus, if the first firm is Q, let's imagine that the first QI is the first firm, so this is QI, and uh Q2 now will be, say, QI star. That's for the second firm. All of this multiplied by QI minus 20 QI. So we can tidy this profit function up. So we have pi I to be 100 minus QI star, okay, multiplied by QI minus 20 QI. So that pi I now is equal to 100 minus QI, 100 minus QI minus QI star. Okay. Um, we have to multiply through by QI, right? So this is 100 QI minus QI squared minus QI star. Okay. This QI multiplied by this QI star now. Then minus 20 QI. So here 100 QI looks like 20 QI. So pi I is equal to 100 QI minus 20 QI. That's 80 QI. Then minus QI squared minus QI star. So basically, this is our profit function. So this is profit function. Okay. So we have the profit function settled. So the next thing we need to do is to, that'll be in step 2, we need to get the best response function for each firm. So this is, so if we have pi, so, okay, well, I think I can like try to go the extra mile with this and say that it means that pi 1 is equal to what? 80 Q1, all right, minus Q1 squared. Before it was QI, then minus Q1, Q2, like that. So this is profit function. So this will now be profit function for firm 1. Profit function for firm 1. Okay, so we can do the same thing for firm 2. So for firm 2 now, pi 2 will be equal to, 80 Q2, 80 Q2 minus Q2 squared minus Q1 Q2 again. So this is profit function for firm 2. This is profit function for firm 2. All right. So let's move on to talk about the best response function. So step 2 now, best response function. So for the best response function now, our aim is to maximize profit, we differentiate we differentiate pi I with respect to qi. So that means that we have, of course, the pi I we already have is 80 qi 80 qi minus qi squared minus q1 minus qi star, like this. That's the profit function we had previously, right? So now we need d pi I, d qi, and that means that's 80 minus 2qi minus qi star. Okay. So then we can equate this to 0. Okay. To maximize profits, we differentiate pi I with respect to qi. Now we equate the pi I, the qi to 0. So what that simply means is that we have 80 minus 2qi minus minus qi star, right? Minus qi star equals 0. So we can make qi the subjective formula. That's 80 minus qi star equals 2qi. Okay, 2qi. So we can divide through by 2. So 80 minus qi star divided by 2 equals 2qi divided by 2. So this cancels out. So you have qi now is equal to 80 minus qi star divided by 2. And that is qi equals 80 over 2 minus qi star over 2. Qi star over 2. That means qi is equal to 40 minus half qi star. Okay. So this is our, so now we can take this as our best response function. So this is so now this is firm I's best response function. Okay. Where qi star is the rival's output. Is the rival's output. Okay. So step 3, we go for the Nash equilibrium. Step 3, solving for Nash equilibrium. Of course, it's a game and we need to find the Nash equilibrium. So here, the Nash equilibrium occurs when both firms play their best responses. Okay, so like we already know, this is qi is 40 minus half qi star. So it means that q1 is equal to 40 minus half q2, you know. In the same way, we have q2 to be 40 minus half q1, basically. So with these two now, we can try to, in fact, we can equate the two. Okay, I think equating the two will not do the best job, but I mean, we can substitute one into the other. Okay, So since you're looking for equilibrium, so we substitute Q2 into Q1's best response. Okay. And what that means is that Q1 is 40 minus half Q2. Okay. So this Q2 now will be replaced by the expression for Q2 in terms of Q1. So we have Q1 equals 40 minus half, right, into 40 minus half Q1. Okay, that's what Q2 is. Q2 is 40 minus half Q1. So we throw that into this place. So with that, we have Q1 equals 40 minus, so open this up now. Half times 40, that's 20. Then minus and minus is plus. Then we have 1 over 4 Q1. Okay. So now we have Q1 equals 40 minus 20 is 20 plus 1 over 4 Q1. Multiply through by 4. So that's 4 Q1 equals 4 times 20 is 80. 4 times 1 over 4 is 1. Then we have Q1 right here. So that 4 Q1 minus Q1 is equal to 80. So that 3 Q1, okay, is equal to 80. And then Q1 alone, 3 Q1 divided by 3 equals 80 divided by 3. 3 cancels out. So we have Q1 equals 80 over 3. Okay. So automatically, right, by by symmetry, by symmetry, it is expected that Q1 should be equal to Q2. So if you do the same for Q2, you get the same result. So Q1 equals Q2 equals 80 over 3. So each firm should produce 80 over 3 products. That's like roughly 26.67, roughly 27 products, right? Each firm should produce about 27 products. Okay. So Q1 equals Q2 equals 80 over 3. So that goes. Next, we talk about the market outcome. Market outcome. So that's what we're talking about, the price and things like that. So of course, for the market outcome, Q is the first thing for the quantity. That's Q1 plus Q2. We already have that. That means we have you know, 80 over 3 plus 80 over 3. So that simply means that Q is 160 over 3. That goes. I mean, that's like okay, well, you can take it to decimal. This is 3 in 3 in 16 is 5. Okay. 3 in 10 is 3. Okay. 3 in 5, 15. 3 in 16 is 5. So 3 in 10 is 3. And it remains 1 over 3, I believe. Yeah. So 9, yeah, 159. So it's Q is approximately what's that now? That is 50, approximately 53.3. 53.33. So that is the quantity that should be produced. Okay. I mean, it is fine to leave it in terms of fraction so that we can, so if you have any further calculation to do with that, you can preserve the values. So this is like 26.67, I believe. Yeah. So 3 in 8 is 2. 3 in 20 is 6, then 2 over 3. So that's 26.67. So that is the quantity that should be produced. Then what about the price now? Okay, what about the price? So P is 100 minus Q from what we have from the very beginning. So that means P now is 100 minus the Q we have is now 160 over 3. We can use the fraction to make it better. So it's 160 divided by 3. So that is P equals LCM is 3. So 1 in 3, that's 300 minus 160. 300 minus 160 is 140. So that's 140 divided by 3. So that is P is approximately, okay, of course, this is 3 in 14. That's 3 or 4. Yeah, that's 4. That's 12. Remember 2. 3 in 20, that's 6. 2 over 3. If that's correct. 3 times 16 is 18. hold 1. 3 times 4, 12, 13. Yeah, 13. Okay, that's 138 plus 2. Okay, so that is approximately 46.67. That is the price, whatever that is. Okay, I think it's important to say this. Uh, this is total quantity by both firms. That's what this big Q is. So this is what we have here is quantity by each firm, quantity produced by each firm. State what this is. Then when we come here now, this is the price. There's a price. The price per quantity, price per product, so to speak. It's price per product. Okay. So the next thing is the profit. So what would the profits look like? So let's talk about the profits. We already have a profit function, right? Um, so let's revisit our profit function. What is it now? Profit. What we can do for Q1. So for Q1, we have P is 100 minus Q into Q1. Yeah, I mean this is the expression. So we can just go for the general one, right? Pi 1 equals 80Q, I mean pi I equals 80QI minus QI squared minus QI star. Yep. So the profit function is pi I equals pi I equals 80 QI. Okay, 80 QI. Pi I equals 80 QI minus QI squared minus QI squared minus QI star. So it means that pi 1 is simply 80 Q1 minus Q1 squared minus Q1 Q2. So from here, we know this is simply pi 1 equals Q1 is common to us. So we have 80 minus Q1 minus Q2 multiplied by Q1. Okay, so that this is now pi 1 equals 80 minus Q. Q, this is Q1 plus Q2 here. Or I mean, to show how we went back this, since we already have a big Q, this is the same thing as 80, 80 minus Q1 plus Q2, like this. This works, multiplied by Q1 again. So that pi 1 is 80 minus big Q multiplied by Q1. So, and we have all this ready. So the profit for firm 1 will be 80 minus, what is Q1? Q1 is 160, Q1 is 160 over 3, and Q2 is 80 over 3. Q1 is 160 over 3, whereas big Q rather is 160 over 3. Q1 is 80 over 3, basically. So this is what we have. So how do we do this? So pi 1 is equal to, we can take the LCM inside the bracket. So LCM is 3. 1 times 3, that's 3 times 8, that's 240 minus 160 multiplied by 80 over 3. so that pi1 is equal to pi1 is equal to 240 minus 160 should be 180, I believe. Would that be 180? Yeah, 180. 80 times 3 is 240, yeah? So 180 divided by 3 times 80 divided by 3. So pi1 is 3 and 180. That is 60. 60 times 80 over 3. So 60 times 80, of course, is 4,000. 4,800 divided by 3. Yep. So pi1 is 3 in 48. That's 1,600. Okay. So the profit for firm 1 is 1,600, be it dollars or whatever. So again, by symmetry, right? Pi1 is equal to pi2, and that is equal to 1,600. So that is the profits for each firm. Okay. So what is our takeaway for this? The takeaway here is that in Cournot model, in Cournot, in Cournot competition rather, or I mean you can call it model too. In Cournot competition, firms produce less than in perfect competition, than in perfect competition. Okay. But more than a monopoly. A monopoly. Leading leading to moderate prices and profits. Moderate prices and profits. All right. So we've come to the end of the Cournot model talking about market competition. Um, In the next video, I'll be talking about auctions and bidding strategies, focusing on second price auction. So you don't want to miss that. As a result, I think it's best you sign up, subscribe to the channel, and of course, hit the notification bell so you can always get alerted each time a new video is released. Then, of course, comment, let me know how helpful this has been to you. And also let me know if there's a topic you'd like me to teach or a problem you'd like me to solve. And don't forget to like and share so that more people can have access to this great, great learning going on right here. So, till I come your way again, keep playing the game of life with wisdom. Bye.